So how do I eat and hardly work out and not gain weight? For a long time, I worked as a fitness instructor, a Zumba fitness instructor, and I got to understand, our bodies, and not just the physical aspects of how we gain weight, but the psychological aspects of why and how we gain weight as well. And I've dealt with so many women, especially expectant moms before and after pregnancy, on how to shed the baby weight. The body you want is not going to be made in the gym necessarily, but in your kitchen. And that is very true. You kind of are. No, you very much are what you eat. In terms of pregnancy and a healthy diet, yes, given to our cravings once in a while, but not go crazy. One of the ways I found very, very good to get rid of cravings before and after baby came was to have some lemon, like a lemonade and something with ginger, like that ginger dawa thing, and that really works. Now, I've been talking about my tummy trimmer, and it's basically chia seeds. I put some apple cider vinegar, but it's not necessary. The juice of one lemon, that's necessary, and some honey. People have been asking, do you have to use honey? No, you don't have to use honey. You can use another form of sweetener that I'll show you here. Ta-da! Stevia. I got this off the shelf. Tuskies, Neighbors, you'll find it there in Healthy You. I got this for 195 shillings. You put so little of it in a glass or a cup of your tea or whatever, and 0 calories and all the sweetness that you need. That's a good way to bust those cravings, okay? Now, this drink, the beauty of this drink is that with chia seeds, you've got all this fiber and all these things that you find in chia seeds, but it's very filling. So when I take it, first of all, I feel very full, which helps keep me from eating for a while. But here's the thing, I'm not trying to say don't eat. I'm not trying to tell you to starve yourself, because I love food, like I said. And I don't want you to have this horrible relationship with food, because people think food, fat. That's not how it works. Food is fuel. So this is great first thing in the morning on empty stomach, okay? You can also have it in the evening. And I guarantee you the other thing that you will find is that your bowel movements are on the regular. There are people, I used to be one of those people not too long ago, who hardly went to the bathroom every day. I never used to go like poop every day. I didn't know that this wasn't normal. But now, because of the chia drink and the fiber, it pushes just through my system, which allows all the old food, all the junk that sticks onto your gut and your intestines, causing inflammation and even making you look like you have this pooch and pot, to just disappear. So number one is we've got to eat and also allow our system to get rid of the food. So, so clearing out our system. I put apple cider vinegar in there because it's got probiotics, and this is great for your gut health, especially if you are a woman, because we always hear of these little infections we get, UTIs and such, and then you take antibiotics, and the antibiotics then end up giving you a yeast infection. Why? Because you flushed out all that good bacteria. So I'm constantly taking the apple cider vinegar, and it's so good for your skin too. The other thing is portions. I'm going to talk about portions, but wait, let me just come back to stevia. Where possible, here's what I'll say. Stop taking sugar. I'll say it again. Stop taking sugar. I'll say it one more time. Stop taking sugar. Sugar, it really spikes your insulin, and then you're going to have a lot of inflammation. You're going to be very uncomfortable, and you're going to stress your body. Stress is a big contributing factor to weight gain or weight loss, but in most cases weight gain. And this is the thing, after birth, you're hardly getting enough sleep, you're really tired, and you're stressed out. And that's why you have this increased period where you're just gaining weight, and you're wondering why. stress. It really is stress. So one of the things you can cut out, first of all, is sugar and switch it for stevia. Also, it takes getting used to, but it's great. And I'm talking about just, in your tea or your coffee. I'm sure you don't have that much, but if you need to just sprinkle a little bit of stevia or find an alternative way of sweetening your food. Now, I want to ask you, do you take sugar? And would you be willing to stop taking sugar? Let me show you something. I have this little cup here. It's basically a palm size serving of nuts. I love nuts, and this is a good snack, okay? So if you're pregnant, if you're nursing, even if you're not, sorry about that, this is a great snack. When you just feel like munching on something, this is a great snack. Nuts, just put them in a little container and go at it. If you want to sweeten that whole thing and have like a trail mix, you can always have nuts and then add things like berries, sultanas, cranberries in there, so you have a bit of sweet and sour or savory, and that just gives you a good way to fill up, gives you the nutrients without giving you all that extra and junk. You know what I mean? You're eating, but you're eating healthy and you're eating smaller portions. So let's say you want cake and you want your rice and you want your chips and you want your chapati and all those things. I get it. And I'm not going to tell you don't eat it. What I'm going to say is portion it. That's it. Like if you were having a whole chapati before, break it down to half a chapati, okay? And then add more of the vegetables and whatever to your plate, because carbohydrates are sugars. So that's another way that you're taking sugar into your system that's going to, cause inflammation and stress to your system, all right? So let's try and cut down on that. And there's this whole argument of, which potatoes are better for you, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. Potatoes are potatoes, carbohydrates are carbohydrates. It's just that sweet potatoes have fiber. Do you understand what I mean? So it's not that you can't have chips. Go ahead and have your chips. But instead of having a whole pack of chips, have the small chips. You know what I mean? Who says you shouldn't have chips? Have your chips. The other thing is how often are you having these chips? You know what I mean? Have chips once in a while. Like we have fish and chips, I think, once a week. And even then, I try to bake the chips when I can. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. What I do is you can buy, your potatoes, the chips in the frozen food section where they come cut up and pretty much done. So instead of frying them, you can bake them in the oven, which helps, taste the same and you still have the chips, right? The other thing is we do make chips, and one of the interesting things just for taste, texture, I'm not sure if it works nutrition-wise because of the frying, but we keep the skin on. We wash the potatoes really well, cut it up as it is, fry it, put some salt. It's really nice. So yes, do have your chips. There's nothing wrong with that. Just bring down that portion. And if you want to know, sometimes it's just the palm of your hand, the size of the palm of your hand. Unless you have big man hands, maybe you don't, but the palm of your hands, okay? Now, here's something I love. I love me some M&Ms. I love me some M&Ms. And people are like, oh well, I'm trying to lose weight, so I don't want to take candy and I don't want to take cookies, and I understand that. But here's the thing: I'm not trying to get you to take a month off cookies. I'm trying to teach you how to change your lifestyle so that you can enjoy all the foods that you like, but also enjoy having a nice snatched waist. Do you know what I mean? If I tell you don't eat cookies and cake and whatever for a month, guess what? You're going to get the results you want at the end of the month. But I've only told you to stop doing it for a month. You're going to go back next month to eating the cookies and the whatever, and you're going to indulge more than you did before. Here, I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm telling you do it, but portions, okay? So this is what I like about things like chocolate, and I get them in M&M forms. It's because I can pick a few and then have that, and then I'll feel like, yeah, I've got that, I've scratched that itch, and then put them back in the fridge or the freezer or whatever. Even with my kids, I don't give them like a whole chocolate, I just give them one or two, So I encourage them in that sense. Have some chocolate, sure, have chocolate. You want cake, have cake. Oh my goodness. Do you know that tricola cake at Art Cafe, or what's the place down here called? Cafe Sari. Ooh, that tricola cake is like, it's like a mousse. It's like layers of different chocolate. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I love that cake. But what I do now is, because my daughter also loves it, I get a whole piece of that cake and then I cut it in half and we share it. Before, I was eating that all by myself. And yeah, I would enjoy the results around my waist and wherever else, all by myself as well. But now I portion it out. And here's the thing, after I switched to not having sugar and having stevia, I stopped craving sweet things as much. I cannot get through ice cream, candy, and all these other things like cookies. I can do a cookie. I can't do a packet of cookies anymore because it's just too sweet for me. So once you start to change one thing, your body starts to enjoy it and starts rejecting other things. So you're gonna, it's gonna go well. Another thing I like to say, when you are craving something sweet or just a snack here and there, these are good sources, natural sources, fruits, okay? This is great for you, for your kids. A lot of people also ask me like, oh, so what do your kids eat? They eat a lot of fruits. I would rather spend money buying grapes and apples than buying the pizza, okay? Not that we don't have pizza, but they have more grapes and apples and all that than they do pizza. In fact, they eat fruits every day. That's what they carry to school for break. So that's a good way to get, that sweet tooth going. And these are also hydrating fruits for you and your kids. I love, love, love chia seeds. So you know how your kids or you would be craving some of that Indomie packets once in a while? So I go ahead and make that, but I sprinkle in like chia seeds in there. Then maybe I'll cut up some sausage or whatever and put it in the Indomie and the chia seeds. So I'm just trying to boost it health-wise, but I'm still just itching that craving, you know what I mean? This is also a wonderful snack. Yogurt, so you're getting your protein, you're getting your calcium. Milk has just about everything, and then it's got your probiotics, because you always want probiotics as a lady, you know what I mean? Now we've talked about what to eat, we've talked about portioning and all that. So in terms of what to eat, please don't stop eating the things you love. Just stop eating them as much and as much of it. So break it down. Treat yourself once in a while and then have smaller portions. If you want to get bread and all those things, go ahead and get it, but make sure you're getting it from a whole food source. You know what I mean? Spend that money to go to a real bakery and ask them for, proper brown whole meal bread, not brown bread, whole meal bread, okay? And you'll get it. Or you could easily go online to biggerbolderbakers.com. I love this lady called Gemma, and she teaches me how to make like bread rolls. So you buy the stone ground flour in the supermarket. It has all those things, good stuff in there, and you make your own like bread rolls so you can enjoy your bread, you know what I mean? So there you go. That's the factor of bread, unga, all those things. So it's not unga that's terrible. It's that they take out everything during the processing. So processed foods are just, nah. When to eat. Here's the thing. Look up intermittent fasting, because it's something that I found very, very interesting, and it really helped me. I go on that way until the very next day when I have to eat again. I'll talk about working out. What I would say is, it's not about working out, but being on the move, getting active. And I would say get active at least 13 minutes a day. Just dance with the kids, mopping up the house, cleaning, all those things. You're in motion, you're active. So don't think about going to the gym all the time and working out. You're still being active, you're still engaging your body, your core, and all these things without really overthinking. Doing something like this and lifting your legs. What's Selena for that half an hour, and you're like, oh, okay, I did my half an hour movement, so I'm good to go. That's what I'm talking about. So there is how I pretty much still live my life of enjoying all the food, glorious food, and not having to deal with so much of it when it comes to gaining the weight. Take it easy on yourself, relax, take a time out, during the day, 10 minutes. Let me know what you think about this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, let me know by giving it a thumbs down. Subscribe and hit the bell because I will be posting videos every week, and I want you to know when I do that.